Hello, this is Flurry Moon. Welcome back to my channel. And you guys, we are back with Reddit stories. Woo! So my original plan for this week was to do a Valentine episode with Bestie Amber, but unfortunately we both got super sick. So we are moving that to next week. You won't want to miss that. It's going to be super fun. But today I have Louie with me.
Hello.
And so I had to quickly come up with a theme because that's been kind of my new favorite thing is like picking stories that all kind of have a similar vibe. And I just decided I just want to giggle. Like I just want to read these stories and be like, what the fuck? What is going on? So I've picked just kind of like a weird, bizarre theme for this video. It's gonna be a weird one, so get ready. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, let's go. Story number 1. Am I the asshole for refusing to follow my girlfriend's weird family tradition? My girlfriend and I have been dating for 4 years and engaged for 1. Not too long after we had been dating, she told me about her family tradition for marriages. She said that the boy must take the mother of the bride out on a date night, buy her a dress and something to sleep in, pay for everything, and buy them a hotel to stay in. She said that it's nothing to be worried or freaked out about, and that getting a hotel doesn't mean you have to sleep together, although a long time ago it did. I laughed a little bit and asked if she was serious. She said that she was. I had a hard time believing it, but I didn't care to discuss it anymore. We never really talked about it until this past week. I had honestly pretty much forgotten about it. My girlfriend and I have our wedding in less than a month. We were talking about wedding stuff and she asked me if I had picked out what her mom and I were going to do for our date night. I laughed it off and waited for her to move on. She didn't. She looked confused as to why I was laughing. She insisted again that this was 100% serious and that she expected me to do it. I told her that I didn't feel comfortable with doing that. I didn't want to spend a night alone in a hotel with someone who wasn't my girlfriend or wife. I asked her why we would have to get a hotel. She explained that long ago, the mother of the bride would actually sleep with the boy and that it was viewed as a way to kick off the marriage. I asked if she was expecting me to do that. She laughed and said, of course not, but that she couldn't be upset with me if it did happen. She then said that her mother doesn't plan to actually do anything sexual. Still kind of freaked out by the whole concept, I asked if I could just buy her mom dinner. My girlfriend got more upset and asked me why I was refusing to follow a fun tradition. I simply said that I just don't feel comfortable with it. She said that I'm acting like a stubborn kid and that I should just have fun. I insisted that I wouldn't do the hotel part. She left and went on to tell her family. They have all reached out to me and asked me what is wrong with me and why I'm being such a jerk about it. The mom called me and she actually was nice about it. She said that she thinks I'm a great guy and that while she would love to have a night together, she understands that I have the right to say no. She even said that she spoke to my girlfriend about it and told her that I have that right. Nonetheless, my girlfriend is still upset with me. I will mention as well that my girlfriend and her family are from a different culture, so that is probably why I'm not accustomed to this. Am I the asshole for being stubborn about continuing this tradition?
Nope, you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole. Sing it all to all the heavens on high. You're not the asshole. You have the right to say no to anything, actually.
Period. Yeah.
Technically, you don't have to do anything ever, but that's getting really existential.
At the end of the day, you can't force anyone to do anything, but I just think this is so weird. I would have not understood, but it would make more sense to me if the mother was like, this has been a tradition for blah blah blah, like you aren't respecting my family's tradition, and the girlfriend fiance was just like, oh, my mom really wants to do it. But it kind of sounds like the mom's super chill about it and she's like, yeah, like it's like you can say no, it's fine. It's like the daughter who's like, what the fuck, you won't sleep with my mom? And also this is confusing to me because I don't understand. So they said like long ago, like this is some kind of fucking fairy tale, the mother and guy used to sleep together. Are they meaning like they used to have sex? Do they mean like genuinely like sleep in the same bed?
I feel like a lot of the time it's like sleeping together. That can imply sex, but that's not always, I guess, what it
Yeah,
means.
I was having trouble like understanding that part. Obviously, either way, you're not the asshole. This is just like really weird, especially that your girlfriend is like so
Like,
insistent
why is she
on
into
it.
it?
So top comment, not the asshole. That sounds incredibly uncomfortable, and I would definitely be upset if my partner's family expected me to do that.
Yeah, just because it's a different culture doesn't mean you just have to like do everything they say. Like, you still get to say no. It's just, you're not like saying like, oh, this is a stupid culture, a stupid tradition. You're just being like, hey, like, I'm not comfortable with this.
Yeah, and
know?
I don't know. I have a feeling, and please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I've never heard of this. That doesn't mean it's not a thing, but it sounds more like it's a tradition that they've done in their family, but it's not necessarily like a cultural tradition. I've never heard of this being like a thing that has anything to do with their culture. I think it's like a family thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me. Like I've never heard of this, doesn't mean it's not true, but either way, even if it was like a cultural tradition or whatever, you can respect it and just be like, I don't feel comfortable with this. And there are traditions that are super outdated and weird that we all just kind of stopped doing. I don't know. I do find it really weird that the girlfriend, fiance, is like super into this and the mom herself doesn't even care.
Yeah. I feel like it's usually the other way around. Like, she's like, oh, like, my mom took my man. That like excites me. Is that some weird fetish?
I don't know. It sounds like, I don't know. It's really weird. And the fact that she's like alluding that her mom is hot and she's like, oh, I wouldn't necessarily be mad at you for wanting to, what? Like, what planet are we on right now? But yeah, obviously not the asshole. This is super weird. And your girlfriend is even more weird.
Yep.
Moving on. Am I the asshole for eating too many cucumbers?
What?
This is perhaps the most bizarre Am I the Asshole post I've ever written, but honestly, I'm so confused. Like, I feel like I can't possibly be the asshole, but then sometimes people are too blind to see their own flaws, so maybe I really am. For as long as I can remember, I've had this, quote, quirk. I never snack on anything other than cucumber. I shouldn't say never technically, since socially I'll get ice cream or eat a few chips at a party. I'm not a picky eater by any means, but my snack of choice has always been cucumbers. I eat pretty healthily anyway, so a lot of fruits and veggies are a part of my diet. Since veggies are lower in calories, I eat a lot of them to eat enough, so I'll usually have some sliced cucumbers in my purse that I munch on throughout the day. And I'll always have a cucumber in my car that I just eat whole while I'm driving. I go through several cucumbers daily. Although it's not healthy, I've had days where I felt really depressed and overwhelmed and have binge eaten nothing but cucumber. I think I've eaten perhaps 35 on very extreme days. Recently, this quirk has begun to drive my 22 female boyfriend, 33 male, of 6 months insane. His words, not mine. He says it's highly inappropriate to carry them everywhere with me. We spent last weekend at his parents' lake house and I provided my own cucumber to snack on. One night before bed, I was in my room gnawing on a cucumber like a savage when his mother walked in. Under normal circumstances, I never would eat that around others. I'd slice it up. She was puzzled, but chuckled and said, "My, you do like cucumber." My boyfriend later told me that I humiliated him with my childish and immature eating habits. I told him that his mom caught me in a low moment. He was being ridiculous since he eats a bag of chips every day and I don't bat an eye. He told me that chips were a normal snack and whole cucumbers were deranged. Deranged. He told me I needed to stop eating cucumbers and that my behavior was becoming a deal breaker for him. I feel really bothered, but I think cucumbers are a weird hill to die on, and I don't want to lose my relationship. So, am I the asshole?
No, break up with him immediately. He doesn't even like you.
This is so fucking weird. Not that I mean, it is a little, she's right, it's quirky, it's pretty weird, but it's not deranged.
No, deranged is like biting off your own finger and eating it. You know what I mean? Like, that's deranged.
Fucking deranged. You want to see deranged?
Bro, it's like just because she's healthy and eats a good diet of, I mean, I think there's vitamins in it. I mean,
no, for sure. Cucumbers are great for you. It might be a little excessive. It seems like it's a crutch for her. Like, it seems like when, she's having a bad day, so she's eating a bunch of cucumbers. But I mean, what a great
addiction to have.
I'd love to only eat
Okay,
cucumbers
honestly,
instead of
cucumbers are
fucking ice cream and pizza every time I'm depressed.
Cucumbers are really fucking delicious. If you like eat them raw or even cook them. Do you
They're
cook
pretty good.
them?
I've come to like pickles better. There's nothing wrong with this. Like, you're not hurting anybody. You're just being a little weirdo.
Yeah, and they have a lot of water in them, so I think they hydrate you.
You're probably
You
so
know?
hydrated.
But it's like, you know how if you drink too much water, you can die because it's like poisoning?
Yeah.
Maybe that's something I would be worried about for this person. But I think that, so she's 22, he's 33,
Yeah.
and he's calling her childish and calling eating vegetables deranged. And meanwhile, he eats chips, which has no nutritional content except sodium and carbohydrates.
Yeah, and he's like, chips are a normal snack. Like, what the fuck is a normal snack?
Like, to you, like, why do you don't get to just make the rules of what's normal and what isn't?
Yeah, and you are right.
asshole.
You did catch on to that. The age gap is definitely, obviously, it's legal. You know, it's a 10-year age gap, which is, you know, fine. Some people do it. But I think, I don't know, the dynamic between a 22-year-old and a 33-year-old is massive.
It's horrid. The vibe.
That's like me.
The vibe is horrid,
Like, basically, like dating a 33. This just too, I don't know. You know, again, some people do it, but I think this guy sounds a bit controlling. Like you said, he's calling her childish.
He has no compassion. He's not even like, oh, like, yeah, it's pretty quirky, haha. Like, he has no sense of humor. He's just hyper serious, hyper mean, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Why do you like this guy? Is he really hot or something? I bet he is, because his personality is shit.
This is so weird. So, top comment, not the asshole, dump your boyfriend and enjoy your cucumbers. Note, I personally find cucumbers disgusting, and it would never occur to me to care about this. I will say it can be maybe a little unhealthy, more for your mind, I think. Like, it sounds like when she gets depressed, like, she eats even more cucumbers. I feel like that could, like, kind of count as, like, disordered eating. You know what I mean? Like, eating for comfort in some way. But at the end of the day, like, this isn't massively hurting anyone, especially not you.
I'm sorry.
And it's definitely not deranged.
I'm sorry, but when he's, like, saying shit like, it's humiliating me. First of all, your mom had a great humorous reaction to it. She had a healthy, you know, mature, as you seem to think you are so much. You are immature, actually. And also, why are you not, like, he's not even saying, like, oh, are you okay? Like, you seem to maybe have an eating disorder or something.
I don't want to say for sure. Like, I feel like there's a difference between an eating disorder and disordered eating. You're right where you were going with that, where it's like, it's not like he approached her being like, hey, like, I just want to make sure this is healthy. Like, I want to, you know, I don't want you, because I feel like too much of anything is probably not that good for you. You know what I mean? It's like, if he was like, I'm worried this is like becoming like a crutch for you, like when you're in a bad place.
That's acceptable to say.
But he's not doing that. He's saying it's humiliating.
He's making it all about himself,
ridiculous.
like a little baby. He's like tantruming, you know? It's like, grow the fuck up. Like, if you're gonna date someone, at least have like a modicum of care about them.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
This was posted 3 years ago, so I hope they broke up.
Me too.
Okay, story number 3. Am I the asshole for taking one of my husband's cheeseburgers? My husband and I have 3 sons. Last Saturday, he took them out to run errands while I stayed home to do housework. They went to McDonald's on the way home and brought food back for me. I told them to get me a 10-piece chicken nuggets and medium fries. Apparently, the boys were still hungry in the car after eating their meals and asked my husband if they could have some of my food. He told them they could have a couple of nuggets and a few fries. His reasoning was that I rarely finish my whole order, which is true. I usually eat 7 to 8 nuggets and most of the fries. Well, they each took 2 nuggets and a few fries, which means that what was handed to me for lunch was 4 nuggets and about 1/4 of the container of fries. My husband has this habit of buying himself 3 extra cheeseburgers, the little thin ones, when he goes to McDonald's so that he can eat them for breakfast the next day. He puts them in the waffle iron to reheat them. I don't know why that's so funny. He swears it's his favorite breakfast. He's a weirdo. Anyway, knowing he had already eaten his full McDonald's lunch and he still had those little cheeseburgers, I asked him for one so I could have a full lunch. He said no because he needs them for breakfast.
Oh my god.
Here's where I might be the asshole. I took one and ate it anyway. I was hungry and annoyed that my food was eaten, and it didn't make much sense to me that he would deny me a full lunch so that he could have breakfast. He still has 2 cheeseburgers for breakfast. He could have an egg with them or something if that's not enough food. He got mad that I ate his cheeseburger and doesn't think it's the same thing as letting the kids eat my food because he didn't realize they took as much, so he didn't intend to upset me. Whereas I knew I was upsetting him when I took the cheeseburger. He thinks I could have just eaten leftovers or something, but like, he could do that too and should since he gave my food away. Am I the asshole here? He thinks I am because I took his food after he said no, but I was not given the opportunity to say no before he let the kids take my food, so it's not a fair comparison.
I feel like the husband should just kind of like shut the fuck up and share for once in his life. He sounds like a spoiled brat. Is this really an adult? Like, share with your wife.
3 cheeseburgers.
And you need all of them.
So that he can put them in the waffle iron.
It's like, look, you shouldn't have stolen it, but like, he should fucking share. He has 3, and he can't even give 1?
Yeah, and also he gave your food away. Now, okay, so I am not a human being who has children, so I can't say, I don't know, the parents will get mad. But I understand kids are gonna, even after they ate, they're gonna be like, "Me, I'm still hungry, me." And if that's the case, you can either one, say, "Kids, you just fucking ate, wait a few minutes," because sometimes you think you're not full and then you are, because like it takes your stomach a second to like, you know what I mean? You can do that, or you can give them the fucking food and then get your wife some more, or give them your stupid fucking cheeseburgers, or just give her one of your cheeseburgers. But the fact that he was like, "Yeah, kids, take all her food." Like, so the kids get a full meal plus more. He gets 3 cheeseburgers and he already ate. And she gets 4 nuggets and some fries. That's not even a fucking kid's meal. Like, this is a grown adult woman. She needs to eat too.
It's just cold. Like, I could never see myself being like, "Yeah, no, just so you know, you can't have any of my food." Like,
any of my extra food.
Like, I could never, in an infinity years, see myself saying that to you. Like, you can't sacrifice, like, a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know, the fact that he just gave away her food so easily to the kids.
That too.
Like, that pisses me off.
Do you even care about your wife? Do you even like her? It's like so many men just don't like them. Like, do you even like your wife?
I mean, you have 3 extra cheeseburgers.
Not even like 2 or
and
1.
And it's not even like 3 cheeseburgers. They're 3 extra. He already ate.
Oh, that makes it so much worse, yeah.
Those 3 are for the morning.
How about you, like, grow the fuck up and drive to McDonald's again? Yeah. I don't know. Like, get some more food.
They're fucking everywhere. And if there's no McDonald's, stop at a fucking Burger King. If there's no Burger King, stop at a fucking, like...
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Try a little harder, you know?
This would make me so mad because I love McDonald's and I turn into an insane person when I'm hungry. So the fact that she's like, "Oh, okay, can I just have one of your cheeseburgers?" Like, instead of being like, "What?"
She wasn't even like, "Give me one of your cheeseburgers right now."
Yeah, she was just
and she kind of had every right to. And she still went the high road and still got screwed over. It's sad.
This makes me so mad.
It's sad and it makes me mad too.
So top comment, if the kids are wolfing down their meals and still need more food while still in the car, he should have bought them backup food, just like he buys himself backup food. Alternatively, he could have said, "Kids, you just ate. Let's wait until we get home. It can take time for your brain to recognize you're full." The option he should not have gone with was, "Sure, kids, eat most of mom's food. She doesn't need it, and I've got backup waffle iron cheeseburgers."
It's almost like one of those weird body shaming things where it's like, "Oh, she doesn't need to eat all that."
I mean...
Maybe it's that too. I mean, who knows?
It could be. We don't really know.
And if it isn't, then it's still shitty. Like, yeah, like, it's like he just wanted to shut the kids up. And of course, neither of us can, like, actually relate to having children. So,
of course, and I understand they can be really fucking annoying.
And it's like, you know what, here, just take it, shut the fuck up, you know. It's
yeah,
like,
but it's like, you could do that with your food. Like, give them one of your stupid cheeseburgers and like a couple of her fries. Okay, now you've both, you know, and she seemed fine with the fact that they took some of the food. But she was mad that she only got 4 nuggets. I don't know, that's not okay. Another comment, the fact that he doesn't care about your meals shows how he views you. He made sure he had a full lunch and 3 backup burgers. Your kids also had their own meals, but you were left with the scraps and just have to deal with it. Ask him if he would have the same reasoning if you allow your sons to eat more than half his food in the future before he even has the chance to have a bite. Literally. I just realized a lot of these are food related, and I think the next one is also food related.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause it's just like people get weird with their food, but you're not the asshole. This is really fucking weird and just makes me really mad. I would be so mad. Okay, so another food story. Am I the asshole for yelling at my girlfriend to, quote, stop fucking eating? My male 26, sister, female 23, runs a bakery business, and she's been struggling lately to keep up with her orders because she's been short-staffed. She does a lot of orders for wedding cakes that require custard or marmalade fillings, and I offered to help her out by making these fillings at home and bringing them to her so she has less work to do. Unfortunately, the past 4 times I've made these fillings, my girlfriend, female 24, has literally dipped her fingers into the filling jars and contaminated them because, in her words, she, quote, just wanted to try some. I've tried explaining to her that she can't dip her fingers in and contaminate the entire batch because then I'll have to remake it. I said she should use a spoon and take some out if she wants to try so bad, but she just pouts and says that she likes using her fingers because it takes her back to her childhood.
Oh my god. Oh, I hate people like that.
Today I was trying to finish some chocolate custard to send it over to my sister really fast because she was running late on a wedding cake order for an important client. I told my girlfriend beforehand to not eat the custard, and if she really wanted to please use a spoon. I get out of the shower, and what do I see? She has her fingers in it again. I totally lost it because this is the 5th time she blatantly disregarded what I said, and I yelled at her and told her to, quote, stop fucking eating the food I'm making because it's not for her and she's contaminating it. She started crying and got mad at me for fat shaming her, even though I made no comment on her weight and she has no history of weight issues or eating disorders. I know I was harsh, but she kept pushing my limits. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not. She's literally deflecting the blame by being like, well, you're fat shaming me. It's not about that. You're ignoring him. You don't even respect him or his family's business. Fuck you.
Dude, he's such a good brother. Like, this is so nice.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally helping his little sister. Hold on. He's helping his little sister with her bakery business. Like, she's late on order, so he's like at home baking it up, making fucking custard and shit. I don't know any man who makes custard. And he's like, well, he is saying, please don't have some, but if you really want some, use a spoon. So that completely gets rid of the whole fat shaming argument because he's not mad at you for taking some of it. He would prefer it not to happen, but he said, okay, if you really want to, please use a spoon. Why do you need your fucking fingers in it? That's so weird.
It's selfish, disrespectful, and unacceptable. And childish as well.
It is really childish.
Like, oh, I want it to be back to my childhood. Wow, okay, I guess you really are a child because you're just completely ignoring and disrespecting your partner.
Also, like, why is you wanting to be brought back to your childhood more important than his sister's business? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, in that case, fucking contaminate the whole fucking thing.
Can you, like, get the fuck over yourself? Put a cork in it for once in your life? Like... Shut the
fuck up.
It's like
we can be children together one day and make a cake and you can dip your grimy ass fingers in it as long as you fucking want. But this is for a wedding, for a business. We don't even know these people. Get your fucking fingers out of the custard.
This is how they make their living, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it's important to them, then it's important to them. And if you are with this person, you need to respect that. And if you don't, then you should not be in a relationship with this person. I can't stand people 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That would-
5
yeah.
times. Even just twice as bad.
She doesn't take you seriously. She doesn't take your sister or her business seriously. It's just all about her and what feels good to her. And if she wants to be brought back to childhood, then everything else goes out the window. Like, that's not fair. And it's frankly really fucking weird. So, top comment, does she also wear a diaper and draw on the walls with crayons because it reminds her of her childhood? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She's exhausting and sounds like she's trying to sabotage you helping your sister. I know. Maybe she doesn't like the sister. And like she's like trying to fuck up her business or whatever.
Maybe.
I think this guy sounds awesome. Like he's, you know, seeing that his sister is stressed out and short-staffed. I mean, she's young and like she has her own business. I believe so, right? Yeah, she's 23 and runs a bakery business. Like this girl is probably stressed the fuck out and he just wants to help his little sister and you're being fucking annoying.
This is definitely breakup material.
This could be breakup worthy because I mean it's stupid, but it's also it shows that she doesn't respect your boundaries or literally anything about you.
I hate when people say things like, oh, well, this is such a small thing. It's like, well, it could also represent a bigger problem.
Absolutely. Like, you can be like, oh, it's just fucking custard. Or you can say, I told her 5 times and she didn't respect that.
So what does that say about her, right?
If you have kids with her, you're going to be raising her and the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not the asshole. This is weird breakup.
This is a woman child.
Next story. Am I the asshole for refusing to participate in my boyfriend's family bizarre orange tradition? My boyfriend and I have been together a while now, but I haven't met his family until a week ago when they invited us to stay at their house. I was very excited to meet his parents for the first time, and they were super sweet when I got there. Both of them are lovely people, and we all got along well. They gave us free rein to do whatever, but the one thing they insisted on was we join them for their family tradition of eating oranges as a family on Saturday mornings. They grow their own oranges and have been doing this since my boyfriend was a kid, so he was especially thrilled to share the tradition with me as a rite of passage. So the morning came and his mom brought in some fresh oranges from the garden. We sat at the table and I was getting ready to peel my orange when I saw my boyfriend's mom bite into her orange like it was an apple, with the peel still on. I was so stunned when I saw my boyfriend and his dad do the same thing with their oranges, as if it were totally normal.
I think I've done that before.
I fucking believe you. I guess they noticed my shock because they asked me why I wasn't eating. So I started to peel my orange, but then his mom told me to stop, that I was eating it wrong and had to bite into it with the skin to get the full experience. I politely told her that I like to peel my oranges, and I'm sure they taste just as great either way, but she kept insisting that I had to bite into my orange for tradition. After saying multiple times that I'd rather peel it and the family, including boyfriend, pushing back, I put the orange back on the table and said, though I appreciate the gesture, I personally feel uncomfortable eating oranges that way, and I'd rather not participate. Things were tense after that, and we left the next day. When we got home, my boyfriend chewed me out for being rude and embarrassing him and his family. He said I should have just eaten the orange the right way, since his parents were gracious to let me stay with them. I can see his point. And I apologize for causing any hurt. I really do like his family and think they're great people, but stand by my decision to opt out of the orange tradition. He feels I could have compromised, and I feel I should be able to eat things how I want. It's a silly squabble in the grand scheme of things, but my boyfriend and I are really at odds about who's in the wrong, and I would love an outside opinion. Am I the asshole?
This is so funny. What is this, a fucking orange cult or something? Like, what is this? This is so weird that they're all just so mad about oranges.
I understand. Like, some people are weird. It's a little weird. It's very weird that they bite into their oranges. But it's even more weird that they're mad that you won't.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They're like, no. Eat it the right way.
It's giving, like, rich, like, isolated area with, like, mansions.
Yeah.
Well, you have to, like, bite into the skin to get the aroma.
I have, like, sensory issues, I would not be able to do this. This makes me actually feel sick to my stomach. The thought of biting into an orange with the skin on it literally gives me chills. Let's do the top comment because there are some edits. Top comment. I like how we're all just calmly answering this like it isn't some crazy cartoon bullshit. Nobody eats oranges peel and all. I mean, fuck, they peel into individual sections that are damn near bite-sized. I literally cannot imagine why you would want to do this in the first place. Have you considered the possibility that they are just fucking with you? I don't know if I would be mad or impressed by the commitment, but for real, not the asshole. Nobody gets to tell you how to eat things. That's Looney Tunes. And your response was really respectful. Stand up for yourself. I know. Is this like a big prank? Like just like an initiation?
It also doesn't though. The way that they all just did it calmly.
I wouldn't be surprised because who thinks of it? Like, oh, let's fuck with her by biting into our oranges.
No. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a girl. I think she still wanted to eat the oranges. They were just mad at how she was eating it.
She wasn't like, ew, these are gross. You're gross.
Yeah, like I understand, again, trying to be a people pleaser and like when you're invited to someone's house and they're serving you something, like you want to be respectful and eat it, but that's not the problem here. Like she did want to eat it. It's just they're mad she wouldn't bite into it. Anyway, let's get to the edits. So OP's answering frequently asked questions because everyone is like has so many questions. No, they don't bite into it once just to make it easier to peel. They don't peel the oranges at all. They eat the whole thing, fruit, skin, like one would eat an apple. Yes, it is messy. Yes, the skin is thick. The tradition involves eating the entire orange like that, not just a bite. I do recognize that I could have surrendered a bite to keep the peace, however. This is the first time I've seen my boyfriend eat an orange. He never ate them with me as he would say that nothing compares to his parents' oranges. He has seen me, our friends, and people on TV shows / movies eat peeled oranges. I assume the same goes for his parents. My boyfriend has never commented before on the common peeling technique. That's a good question. I'm sure a lot of people were like, has he ever seen a fucking movie like where they don't eat it? Like, because they were all like, you're eating it like that. It's like you've never seen anyone else in the whole world peel an orange. Maybe they do, but they're just like, oh, peasants, that's not the right way to do it. Like maybe they know people do it, but they're like, that's the wrong way.
It's like pineapple on pizza type people.
Love it.
Yeah.
His parents do this every Saturday. I'm not sure how they eat their oranges on other days, but I imagine it's the same. The whole family is expected to participate every Saturday when at the parents' house, but I don't have to do it in my own home. The reason I didn't try one bite is mostly because I was caught so off guard since all my boyfriend told me was that we were going to eat oranges. He didn't let me know about the method in advance, so I panicked. That and the insistence that I eat the entire fruit the way they wanted me to turned me off of trying it. I might be open to trying it in the future. I think that covers it. Thanks for the comments, and I'll definitely share with my boyfriend. Yeah, this is just really fucking weird. I mean, it seems fairly harmless. Like, it throws me off that they were, like, really pushy about it. Maybe the peels are just really fucking good.
Maybe they just have the best damn orange tree ever.
Probably, but, like, you can still have really good oranges without eating the peels.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't change the fact that they're kind of, like, being pushy about something like this is never okay. Sorry. I said it, and I'll say it again. Being pushy about things like this is never okay. And many people need to hear this. Some people need to hear this. And a lot of people are too scared to say the truth.
Well, on that note, I think that's about it for today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you thought about this. Would you ever eat an orange with the peel on to make the in-laws happy? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.